I love making handmade presents for my friends and family, and I think they make the best presents because they're a little bit more personal. So in this video I am going to show you how to make these 3 trays using clay and coffee. Get your clay out. I am using the Das brand, and I really like this one just because from all the ones that I've tried, this one is the one that I think it's more workable. It's easy to work with, and it's moist, and it does what you want it to do, and it doesn't break and it doesn't crack as much. But you can use whatever clay you have available. This is just a glass jar that I use to roll my clay out, and 2 little IKEA kids bowls to make the shape. So I cut them out like you saw me do, and then I use my scissors to finish them off. You can sand them after, but I like the look it has when it's all raw. And this one, you can see this side is thin, and then this one it's a little thick. That's not good because that's gonna make your clay crack. So you take your jar and you just roll it a little bit more. Don't make it too thin because it will also crack, but you can slow down here the video if you want to like pause it and see. But here, when you put it inside, the more you press, the more bowl shape you're gonna get. The less you press, the more tray shape you're gonna get. So this is when it's all dry. I am using Art Media. It's sort of like a glue sealer, and I mixed it with coffee to make coffee paint. So this is good because you do not reactivate the clay so much when you apply this because it's not water, so it's not too wet, and the glue will kind of seal it too. So a lot of people ask me in my clay videos if the clay is waterproof. No, it is not. Even if you seal it, that will only protect it, but with time, if you let it wet, like if you get it wet a lot, it will start to peel off. Over here, back to the paint, it is important that you do not paint the bottom part because otherwise when you set it down to dry, it will stick to whatever surface you set it down to dry to. So here I'm using a Sharpie to make a little eye design. You can do whatever here, write a name or I love you or whatever floats your boat. I just went with an eye. I thought it was pretty and whimsical and I liked it. So now you saw that I took a little piece of plastic back from top, like cling film from my coffee. You can save the coffee paint for a few hours before it dries just by adding this on top. That way you save paint. And this is what it looks like afterwards. I end up whatchamacallit, oh my god, I ran out of words. That's me and my mom brain. I sanded it a little bit in the back so that it looked rough, and here it's how it looks with the little plant, and I think it looks amazing. Just wink wink, a gift set, a plant and a little tray. That's just, yeah, I love both of them. Now I'm taking some glue again, but this time I'm not mixing the coffee inside the glue. I'm actually going to sprinkle it on top. So get the entire thing full of glue or not, or make a shape, whatever you like, and then sprinkle it with some glue using a strainer from your kitchen. And this makes it more powdery so you don't have big chunks and small chunks. This is pretty easy to do. You can use something like I did here with a straw that I was blowing bubbles with before with my kids, but whatever. This is what I use and it looks pretty cool. I did make a mistake here and I'll show you it and how to fix it, but first I wanted to show you that I wanted to try my wax technique that I used on my papers. If you haven't seen my paper waxing and all that techniques, you feel free to go check it out. But basically you add wax so that it repels whatever you put on top of it. But I don't know, when I was in pottery class we used a different type of wax and I wanted to try with the crayon. Hint, hint, it did not work. I don't know why, it didn't, but I'll show you how to fix that. Here's my mistake with the coffee sprinkling. It just turned to mush. It kind of went into a dark sort of paint mode here, and I wasn't going for this. I mean, it's not ugly because it turns into like a darker kind of version of the paint we used before, but I didn't like it. I wasn't going for this, so I just fixed it later. And the one with the wax, again, this one did not work because when I went to take the part of the coffee away, like the bubble part, to reveal the wax, it just took everything off, everything, and you could barely see the wax. So I tried rubbing it really hard to see if I could get some of that color out, but it did not work. So what did I do here? I know that air dry clay is not waterproof, so my thought was, if I put it underneath my sink, like the water in my sink, this will go away. And it kind of did, because yes, I went over to my sink and I wetted the entire thing. It did not melt in my hands, don't worry, but my sink, as you can see here at the bottom in the ring, it got dirty. I had to clean it out later, but this is what they look like once they were dry, and I just sanded some of it to take the color out. So in this one, I sanded only the surrounding area, like the border of it, and tried again. So I added my glue only to the dark side, or the dark part of the little tray. And I did it again. I just sprinkled some more coffee. This is going to be a different brand because I ran out of the other one. And so this is what it ended up looking like. I just sanded it a little bit afterwards before I sprayed it, because I'm using a spray for this one. And it turned out really good. I'm going to show it to you later. But this one with the bubbles, it had some sort of coating with the glue, so the bubbles started sliding, and I get a lot of questions on whether the time it took to dry with the bubbles, without the bubbles, in the sun, without the sun. Do not dry your clay in the sun because it will create cracks. The temperature needs to be even, so it depends if it's winter or summer, but just set it on top of a dresser or somewhere that your kids or your pets won't get to it, if you have any of those. And just keep adding bubbles. If they keep popping, just keep an eye on it. Close your windows because you want the bubbles to pop by themselves. Do not blow on them. Do not try to speed up the process. This is what I use next, acrylic varnish, and this one I love because it's non-yellowing. It would not give this yellow look to your piece. So just spray it, wait for it to dry. I'm using a box because I live in an apartment, so it controls like where the paint goes. But this is what it looked like, and I love the detail on this. The back, it's pretty plain. You're gonna see here I just sprayed it and it looks normal. But I love it. I love the amount of details, and if you add a plant to your present, this will be a great simple gift for someone you love. This is how the sprinkling of the coffee went. You can see I cleaned my edges real good, and I let it be because I really like the look when it's not completely perfect. It looks handmade. And if you ask me, you can totally get your Sharpie and write their name, like of the person that you've given this to, on the back, or just something pretty. Yeah. And again, me and my plants, this is a string of heart, is the variegated kind, and I love that. This one is the one that we painted, and now I sanded the back of this to make it look old and rough, and I love it. It looks like it's peeling off, but on top of that, it's a sealer, so it's not peeling at all, and it's protected. So I hope you like this video. I hope this is something affordable for you to make for others as gifts, and if you like it, just give me a like. It makes me know that you want more videos like this, and thank you so much for watching, subscribing, and all the support. Have an amazing day. Bye.